The market explodes higher as the bulls try to take back control. Can they keep pushing? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in last week's video, we talked about the potential hold of the trend line and then move back toward the 4060 to 4100 area, and that's what we saw. The market exploded higher on Friday, taking us up to the 4050 area, and likely still has some unfinished business above. I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if we're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, with the continued extension on Friday higher, we are up into our resistance area. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And as we talked about throughout last week, as they came down to this trend line, I said if they broke the trend line, it was very likely we'd see 3,800 in a hurry. However, they did hold the trend line, and on Friday, they were able to extend higher up toward the resistance area we spoke about for this potential B wave. So now we're looking at a couple different paths. So the first would be, okay, that we're getting an A, B, C setup down towards that 3,800 region. And we would look for this B wave to come up to the 4060 to 4100 area before turning down and heading back down into that 3,800 area to complete this bigger B wave, and then look for C higher to the 4,300 to 4,400 region if that's the case. Our second path that we'd be tracking is going to look very similar to this, and that is this 4-5 here, where we have waves 1, 2, 3, and because this is a diagonal, it's a very clear diagonal playing out, we would be looking for wave 4 to come up toward that 4,100 area into wave 1 territory, and wave 5 down in an ABC format into this 3,800 area. So if they do hit this 4,100, 4060 to 4,100 area up here for B or 4, how it comes down would be very informative as to what kind of count we're in. And that would be where an ABC would actually be the wave 5 because it is a diagonal. Okay, so we look for a 3-wave move if we're going to be in the red count. And if we get an impulsive move down, okay, then it's likely this C wave of B into 3,800, and then we'd look for the reversal off of that. Now, there is one other path that we need to track because it is important, and that is that we are already on our way to 4,300 plus. So if the market kind of truncated this B wave a little bit here and didn't finish out the full pattern, okay, then we'd be looking at this being all of wave B, and this being a 1-2 setup where we get 3, 4, and 5 up toward that 4,300 area in C in a more direct manner. It's a little difficult to tell right now because this is a pretty clear diagonal ending, and you get these very strong moves in the opposite direction when diagonals end, which is what we saw Thursday and Friday. So it'll be a little bit unclear until we get that support hold on this pullback and then come back and take out the high. If we see that pullback hold support, then they come out and explode back over this high, then it's very likely we're on our way toward that 4,300 area more directly without requiring this bigger pullback to 3,800. As I've said over the last few weeks, this has been a very complex structure, and the bottoming signals on the daily chart are very strong, and we've had those on the hourly MACD divergence as well. And so this path is very viable should they decide to hold this support and go, given all of the support and divergence we've seen in the chart. So those are the 3 paths we're tracking on the ES over on the NASDAQ. Okay, as you can imagine, we have very similar counts where our first count would be that ABC down toward the 11.4 to 11.200 area before we see the move higher back up towards 14,000 from there. Okay, that is our primary count right now. So we would look for this move up to top in the 12.5, 12.600 area and turn down from there. And should we see an impulsive move down, then it's much more likely it's this C wave. And should we see an ABC down to the new low, then it would be this wave 5, and we'd be looking for a wave 2 setup to come back and take us lower from there. So our primary is the ABC. The secondary is the 4-5 count. Okay, and if you get the 4-5 count, then you'd expect wave 1 to be over, wave 2 to bounce, and this would be the start of wave 2, and then you would get that wave 3 down that would start the move into that 5,000, 6,000 level on the NASDAQ. Our alternate count is the same. Okay, our secondary alternate for the bullish count, where they're coming up here in wave 1, then you get 2, and then 3, 4, 5 towards that 13,300 area. that we were talking about. We've been talking about since last October. So few different counts on both charts. They're very similar. The two main counts take us lower first and then higher, and the alternate count takes us higher after holding this move up. And again, with all the divergence and bottoming signals we've seen, this path higher can very easily play out. So we do need to keep an eye on the next pullback and see how that goes. If they pull back and then come back and take out whatever high they make on this move up, that is very bullish, and we're likely headed toward that 13,000 area more directly. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have two incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We've started our training courses, and we have our Elliott Wave for Beginners course up, and that is something that comes with both memberships. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over where we're at in the counts live and answer your questions, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money. It's how he structures the trade that's so unique. Something you really have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Okay, key takeaways for today. We're looking for the bulls to move into the 4060 to 4100 range and then look for a pullback from there. That pullback will be very telling. If it is a impulsive move that takes out the low, we are very likely in this B wave towards 3800. If it's an ABC that takes out the low, we are very likely in this wave 5. And if it is an ABC that comes back and holds support and then they come back and take out the high, then we could be on our way to 4300 more directly. Over on the NASDAQ, same setups. We're expecting this move to continue higher toward the 12,500 area, and then the pullback should tell the story. Impulsive that breaks the low would be the B wave completing. ABC that breaks the low would be wave 5 completing, and an ABC that doesn't break the low and comes back and takes out the high would be very likely we're on our way toward that 13,300 area. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.